All right, getting ready to head to the field today to plant a little bit of what I initially have to plant. And going on some low pH, low fertility ground. So I'm going with fescue and red clover. I've got alfalfa seed, but that's going on some high quality ground. There'll be a cover crop of the cold snap annual ryegrass. That comes up like oats, but makes a lot better forage. Clover does well on low pH soils. So I got some Ladino, Orion Ladino, and a 3-year red right there. I have two types of fescue. I'm going with fescue as opposed to orchard because orchard just, I've seen fescue grow and does really nice and holds its quality and stays green. That's the main thing for the horse market. There's two types of fescue. These are a novel endophyte fescue. So this is Stargrazer XL tall fescue. This is going to go on an area that potentially will be grazed. So, and then tower tall fescue is going on areas that are going to be more of a hay crop. So, for example, what I'm planting today, I'm going to do 15 pounds an acre of Stargrazer tall fescue, 4 pounds of the intermediate white clover. Although it ended up not being an intermediate, it ended up being a tall variety because they didn't have intermediate. So, a Ladino white and 2 pounds of 3-year red. 5 pounds per acre of annual ryegrass, 2 pounds per acre of timothy. So I'm gonna hit a small sandy spot on this one farm where there's around 60 acres to do. I'll show you, we have had problems here. It's gotten really dry this week and hot after a lot of water in the spring, and the ground's hardened right up like clay. And once it got dry enough to get in and touch, either with a field cultivator or the disc, it just brought up clods. So I had to stop doing any tillage because once you get those big clods, it's gonna be very hard to ever get rid of those and create a seed bed. I'll show you that once I get to the field. What I'm gonna plant today is a sandy spot that worked up real nice last night with a field cultivator. So this is last year's soybean stubble. Came in here 2 nights ago with the disc. And this ground got really hard. Look what it did. Big hard clods. They're gonna be tough to break up. Over here and this was pretty wet 2 nights ago, so last night this got hit with a field cultivator. And this crumbling up a lot better. But the fact that it's getting crumble, that's a rock, crumble like that, or cloddy, gonna make it very hard to get a seedbed prep. It's really, once you get, maybe I'll hit this with a field cultivator or that cultimulcher, get it to break up. Got hot and dry and the soil got hard and came out in clumps. This is the sandy field. This is 2 passes with the field cultivator. So, well, I can definitely see we gotta go over this quite a bit more. So this is probably gonna require maybe a pass with the disc and the field cultivator. Well, I finally got one field here that I'm creating some tilth to. It's got a pretty nice seed bed. Still hard though. I got this disc, that's as deep as the disc will go down. And a lot of rocks. I tried to go in any of the other fields on this farm and the disc barely cut down. So it's amazing how the soil hardened up like concrete. After all that wet spring, and then we have this week of 80-degree weather, and everything turned to concrete. So what a lot of people are doing are chisel plowing, but I'm not going to chisel plow this whole farm. That costs a lot of money. A lot of money. But, yeah, I may get this planted before dark tonight. I'm not sure. But I'll get out a little bit and show you what I got. Alright, so this is more like it. But the soil consistency texture is a lot different in this field. It's not that clay. This is 2 passes with a field cultivator and 1 with the disc. Then right here, this is with the cultimulcher. I got a cultimulcher out here today. And you can see it's done a pretty good job pushing these rocks down, which is what we want. So Dylan's going to get the loader tractor. But yeah, some of these are going to have to be picked, but there's some big rocks. But the rest of it, boy, I tried to go over it, it was like concrete. So I'm not even touching it. Not even going to touch the rest until we get some rain and soften it up. Just so hard on the equipment, that disc it's like you're setting it down on a concrete road. So this is pretty good. This is ready to broadcast seed on top of, and then I'll come back and roll her on top of that. I don't know if I'll get that done before dark, but at least I'll get a little bit done. Not much, you know, about an 8-acre field here, or whatever this is, 7 acres. But challenge is getting the seed bed. But if you don't have this, you're not going to have that good soil seed contact. And as clumpy as it was out there after I disked or cultivated, the roller's not going to break them clumps up. This is just sand. See, the texture is completely different. But it's really odd what happened. I talked to several other people and they said, yeah, their fields turned to concrete. And so, like I say, they're chisel plowing or have a vertical tillage high-speed disc. I talked to one guy doing that today, and they're getting it good enough to plant corn and beans. But a hay crop, you better have a lot better seed bed, you know, because I've had clumpy seed beds, and I was never really able to successfully get rid of dry, hard clay seed bed, even after, I don't care how many times I rolled it or went over it with the disc, even a shallow passes at high speed. So got a lot riding on this, and wow, you know, and it's getting late to get this stuff in. So a lot of worries here, obviously. You know, a lot of factors working against me right now. I hate when that happens. That slows you right down. Get a rock wedged there in the disc blade. Yeah, I'm gonna get these rocks out of here. This right here is 2 field cultivator passes, which probably should just disc it first, followed by the disc. Usually, in most cases, I would disc before a field cultivator. Normal soybean stubble like this, I could just get by with a field cultivator. But see, this is pre-disking. See these clods? You could bring the roller in here, the cultipacker, and roll it and make it kind of look nice, but it's faking you out. This is going to affect your soil to seed contact, as opposed to here's passing the disc. Yeah. Picking rocks up the old-fashioned way. Weird. This disc really is not going in the ground very deep, but it is pulling hard, which means it is just hellacious hard ground underneath the surface of sand here. I'll set the disc down. Now ground and jerking the tractor. Getting a nice seed bed on top. Boy, it's hard down below the surface a couple inches though. It's a roller. Brilliant cultivator. Show you something pretty damn nice. Makes the field look completely different. Makes it look like goes from a rock quarry to a golf course. When I turn, I just barely got that up just so that barely got it touching so it covers my tracks. There you go, all the wheels off the ground. That thing is pulling hard. Not really in very deep. Actually, it's softer than I thought it would be. Why, holy cow, man, is that hard ground? That's that's an 8,000 pound disc. All right, well, I just look at the forecast. There's starting pretty good chance of rain tomorrow at 10 in the morning. It was afternoon, so I'm gonna see if the old John Deere, the headlights work. Even if they don't, I guess we've got a pretty good moon. I am going to get that acreage planted. Basically, I'm weighing everything out on my scale, mixing it in a tub, then throwing it in the spreader.
Oh, I'll send you that video.
Oh yeah. Well, we would have finished planting if we didn't have so much crap breakdown. So no planting, nice full. Just too much seed at night put down. Too much money in seed, can't see where it's going.